Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound. Hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.
I just couldn't believe this is happening all over again. It was the hardest thing that I had to go through. The only person I had to blame was myself. That was my torso after Super 30.
You slip discs?
My left leg is shorter.
Yeah, naturally.
Which is why it is having a reaction in my spine. And they were giving me a month to get in shape. And I told them I will need 6. And they laughed. There was a very slim chance that we could pull this off. A little bit of hope, a little bit of fear. Let's see what happens. आज कुछ नहीं होना. Lot of fat, man. Lot of fat.
Yeah.
Look at that.
See what it's like, living by the rules that you write. Makes all the savage unite. You better just run for your life.
It is currently day 0, and I say day 0 because it is currently Sunday, and I am going to document every single part of this program, or as much as I can without being repetitive. So what exactly is this program? So a friend of mine, shout out Virag, put me on to Chris Gethin. Chris Gethin is actually the physical trainer who built Hrithik Roshan's body. Now Hrithik Roshan did all the work, but the mind behind this resilient transformation was actually Chris Gethin. And completely by chance, I went to a buddy's place to like just hang out, chill. But this friend of mine had really elevated my weightlifting training because he put me on a hypertrophy style training. So before I would do a lot of cardio, because I've always been an endomorph, and I would then kind of throw in half an hour of weights at the end of every session. But now my complete program is optimized around the actual weightlifting, and cardio is definitely built in as well. We are also gonna progressively overload cardio. Now I do say that today is day 0, Sunday, but I kind of cheated a little bit. I've actually finished a whole week on this program. I did not follow it as strictly as possible, but I kind of used this first week as kind of a warm-up week. And to my surprise, this program was amazing. It completely locked me in, made me feel leaner, and also changed my nutrition. These days, I try to cook every meal at home. I'm completely vegetarian, and I also am trying to build muscle. So what exactly is this program? It is based on progressive overload and training a few body parts every single day. This lets you cycle through your body parts as well as get enough rest and recovery and eat nutritious meals. Easier said than done though. These things I've heard before, but this is the first program where I don't really need to think. All I need to do is become a machine, a robot, and completely follow this program to a T. I've made some modifications because I am vegetarian myself, but I've had no problem dropping body fat and putting on muscle at the same time because I'm very smart with how I hit my protein. To be honest, I'm 190 pounds, 188 pounds. I don't even need 180 grams of protein. I've still lost a good amount of body fat and I've gained muscle while, not getting that extreme amount of protein.
The factors I considered when putting this training program together was the science behind it, all the research, the supplements needed to fuel the workouts, the nutrition to help you recover. And I also considered how to stimulate different muscle fibers at different times, not just during the 8 weeks, but during the workout in itself as well. We'll be utilizing resistance bands. We'll be using my dramatic transformation principle. We'll be using a lot of high volume, low volume. We'll be doing unilateral work, hitting one side at a time before we hit the other. So we'll be swapping things up the entire duration of this transformation to keep shocking the body, take it out of its environment so it can change and adapt to the new stress that we place upon it every week. So don't worry about all the modalities now and the details of all these training principles. I'll go into that in specific detail in every single one of the daily training videos. You're going to be training Monday to Friday, and then on the weekends you have your 2 active rest days. But every single day, 7 days a week, you'll be doing AM and PM cardio. So I don't care when you train, but I do care about when you get your nutrition in. So if you train in the morning, don't think you could have a fasted workout. You still have to have your breakfast and your pre-workout supplementation. And it's the same if you train in the evening. So please take that into account before scheduling your workouts. Let me give you the details now on exactly how the split works. On Monday, you're going to be training quads, calves, and lower abs. On Tuesday, you'll be hitting chest and shoulders. On Wednesday, you'll be hitting arms, which is going to compose of biceps and triceps. On Thursday, you'll be hitting hamstrings, lower back, and upper abs. On Friday, you'll be hitting upper and outer back and calves. So these 5 workout days and these body part splits do not change the entire 8 weeks. However, the exercises do, the reps, the sets do. So that's why you've got to watch every single video during the 8 weeks. So Saturday and Sunday is a rest day. However, I call it an active rest day because you still have to double spike your metabolism with your cardio. And that is going to start off with 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, 7 days a week. But it increases 5 minutes every single week. So by week 8, you'll be hitting 55 minutes in the morning and 55 in the evening. Good morning, it's day 27 and I decided to go for a slow jog this morning. So the type of cardio that I want you to do during the entire 8 weeks is steady state cardio. And the different forms of cardio you can do is like on a treadmill, elliptical trainer, a cross trainer. You can go outside on a cycle, you can do a power walk. Whew, man, this is much harder than using the spin bikes in the gym, that's for sure. You can hit the stairs, up and down stairs in your own home, or the Stairmaster at the gym. Day 34, and I've decided to do the dreaded Stairmaster for this Saturday. I like to use a heart rate monitor where I'll measure about 65 to 70% of my maximum heart rate. Just look at the pages below where it'll talk specifically about your heart rate zone and where you should be from the entire duration of your cardio. Don't think you can go out on the street and have a walk and stop at the traffic lights and start again. It has to be consistent. So if you haven't followed one of my programs before, yeah, maybe a bit of a shock in the beginning. If you have, you know what you're in for. There's going to be days that you may feel really tired and feel really weak. Don't force yourself. Don't train with your ego, but you still have to stress your muscles enough that you train to absolute failure. Listen to your body instinctively. If it's telling you to ease up, then do so. Do not injure yourself. This is a hardcore training program. If you're following my reps, you're following the exercises, and you're following the form, you're gonna be in good hands. But one thing that doesn't change is the intensity. This isn't for show, this isn't for the cameras, so you need to match that intensity, if not better it. If you can better it, great, I applaud you, but you need to at least match it. If you commit with 110%, you'll get the results that you came here for.
Oh, man, I was dehydrated. It is now my favorite time of the day. It is dinner time. Now, I have been the kind of person who really hates cooking. And I have basically tried to get away with not cooking pretty much as much as possible. I am vegetarian, and I have restrictions because of that. I have to work around protein, hitting my protein goals and everything, but there are so many ways around it. Like, if you look at this is Premier Protein, 100% whey protein powder, 30 grams of protein per scoop, 150 calories, that's it. So if I have 2 scoops of this, put it in a nice smoothie, that's 60 grams of protein. There's no problem being vegetarian and trying to build muscle. There's absolutely no reason that should stop you. But the drawback is your macros are gonna have to be calculated differently. You are going to have to consume more carbs, more fat, for maybe the same amount of protein. What we're gonna do now is make a basic stir fry, and I have a few items that I got from Amazon Fresh. I decided to make a stir fry for dinner every single day, and this has really helped me keep track of my macros as well as get the nutrients that I need. So to make my rice bowl or stir fry more nutritional, what I'm gonna do is 2 modifications. Instead of oil, I'm gonna use butter. So we are gonna take a heated stove and put some butter on it. And to get enough greens, I'm a person who texture is everything for me. So the vegetable that I wanna eat has to feel like I'm eating something tasty. And that is actually the secret to eating healthy. Make the stuff you don't really like. If you can feel like that is tasty, you're gonna come back to the same food. So right now, I'm just going with spinach, broccoli. That was a solid amount of broccoli, as well as, you can see, we have a beautiful stir fry. There's chickpeas in there, there's broccoli, there's spinach, and it's healthy as hell. There's butter, pepper, salt, chili flakes. Ooh, that's really good, bro. That's really tasty. Done.
45 minutes. What they're doing, they're building them up, and
want some? That feels really fucking good. Damn, bro. It's been so many years that I was just sleeping on this one key skill, and man, it's a game changer. I think this was the final piece. Now, just like Hrithik, I have to keep persevering and I have to stick to Chris's program. So the program is extremely difficult, but extremely easy at the same time. The one thing you have to do throughout is prepare yourself mentally for what's gonna come. So today, I had half a mind to just skip leg day because I was like, I have pretty decent calves, like who cares? They're gonna be covered. But legs is a way of burning more calories, getting yourself more conditioned, working your core. So it was foolishness that I was doing before. And this is, keep in mind, I did have a warm-up week where I saw a lot of results very fast, right? But that's just because I was plateauing. But now I have to keep the intensity up. And it's gonna be challenging because I might have a few more interviews later this week. So I'm not gonna work out probably till the evening, but that means I can probably do my morning cardio. So I'm gonna have to split up the cardio in 2 blocks or maybe 1 block, but I'm gonna have to get enough sleep. And that's why this thing is, I'm not flipping you off, I swear. This is really important. This is my Aura ring, and this has basically helped me track my sleep very effectively. So this weekend was good. I actually got a solid amount of they say that the world's healthiest diet is the Mediterranean diet. And what I'm eating right now, rice, chickpeas, spices, salt, butter, hummus, pita chips. It's all Mediterranean. Like my archetype, like I grew up Indian, American, but my body is more suited towards a Mediterranean diet. And there's fascinating evolutionary theories, like people from Norway, Nordic people, they love almost like rare steaks. They like the taste of blood sometimes, People from Africa, they like it fried or charred, Like I'm a huge fan of soccer, so I've seen a lot of documentaries. I'm a huge fan of fitness content, so I've seen a lot of vlogs. And I'm a huge fan of self-improvement. So this is the triangle and the scope. So I'm learning a lot about myself. Like I'm 29 right now, and I look better than when I was 28. Like this is insane. Like, woo! So, couple of things that have been working. Definitely Chris Gethin's program, but my own kind of wariness with unhealthy eating. I am an extreme person, so I had to do it a lot for a very long time to realize that it wasn't taking me anywhere. Cooking even a little bit, now I'm more open to it, but this is just gonna help me keep a new baseline and keep building, try out different diets, Just because I'm born Indian doesn't mean I need to follow a traditional Indian diet. And I'm a US citizen, I'm an American, doesn't mean I have to follow an American diet. Doesn't mean I have to be a meat eater just to build muscle. This channel, the baby channel, if you're watching this, you are a true fan. And not in like I'm a star, you're a fan kind of way. Just you have full access to things that I'm gonna A/B test and try out just to constantly self-improve and apply Stoicism in a modern setting. So you guys get the full behind the scenes, you get to watch me fail. If I get fat again, you can call me out. If I get really muscular and like I have my dream physique, you guys get to see the transformation. So I love it. I think I've always wanted this. I've just never had the courage. But now I don't care. The less subscribers I have, the less views I have, the less I give a fuck. And the best videos from this channel are, of course, going on my main channel. But what I have in mind for my main channel is so much bigger. The main channel is gonna be podcasts only. I think the Stoic Reset podcast did amazing. So I'm gonna try to turn that into kind of like a diary of the CEO type channel. but this channel is gonna be the behind the scenes. So YouTube, I fell out of love with YouTube for a while, but I realized Captain Sinbad actually told me something, which I think is very true now. He said YouTube can't be your life. Like YouTube can't be what you're documenting. Then you go get YouTube into YouTube into YouTube, right? I didn't understand that at the time, but the camera and the channel should be focused on me. And what I show differently is how to apply an ancient philosophy that somehow worked for me. It helped me out during a rough time. That's why I'm not married, but like inspired by Stoicism, right? And I'm trying to take an ancient philosophy and apply it to our lives. Instead of just reading the book, I'm trying to live it out. And so far, it is working. But tomorrow, I gotta get more into, like today I lived like a bodybuilder, but tomorrow I'm gonna have to live like a finance professional, you know, and then squeeze in my training. So that's the difference between Hrithik Roshan and me. This isn't my full life. This is something I'm trying to build in. But Hrithik inspired me as well, and he's actually the first Bollywood star that I followed when I was a kid. But thank you for watching, and see you at the top.
Yo,
Peace.
Get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.